What is going on, aliens? I'm Mike Rosa, and today I got you the top 5 unilateral leg exercises, so one side at a time, and the goal of these exercises is to help you improve weak points, or even more so, help you fix a muscle imbalance. So guys, a muscle imbalance means one side may be bigger, one side may be stronger, so these exercises can help you fix that by working one side at a time. Now real quick before we get into the video, make sure you download my workout app called Exerprise. It is a free download in the app and Play Store. It can generate thousands of workouts, so make sure you check it out. But let's not waste any more time and hop right into this video. So if you're using these unilateral exercises to help improve weak points and just make your total body fire more efficiently, it's really gonna have a great translation over to your other lifts to make them stronger and smoother. Now if you're using these unilateral exercises to help fix a muscle imbalance, so one side's bigger or one side's stronger, those require different cases, meaning your sets and reps. So I'm gonna link you right now to a card above to my How to Fix Muscle Imbalances video, where I go in depth on each specific case and how to fix that optimally. But let's get into this first exercise, guys, of these unilateral leg exercises, which is gonna be the split squat. So you can use dumbbells, you can use a barbell, and for the actual surface, you're gonna put your foot on behind. You can use a bench, you can use a couch, a chair, whatever is most convenient to you. So you're gonna set yourself up, have your leg up behind you, and you wanna make sure your front leg is out far enough so when you come down, your front knee stays behind the front toe. And you're coming all the way down, as low as possible, really firing as much muscle fibers as possible in those legs, and coming all the way back up. And you're gonna stay on this side until you complete your amount of reps in that set you're doing. And then of course, even if you're doing this one-sided to force the growth or the strength in one side more optimally, you still wanna do the other side because you wanna make sure they balance out. You don't wanna have one other side catch up and then the other one starts lagging behind. So always make sure you're still doing both sides, guys. And again, you see my foot was a little too far in. You wanna make sure it's out far enough so that front knee is staying behind the front toe to keep the knees as safe as possible as you're coming down. Now we're on to that second exercise, which is gonna be the one leg bench squat. And again, guys, if you're at home, you can use a couch, a chair, whatever is most convenient to you. You just wanna make sure you have a surface where you can sit down to about a parallel level. Now, this is actually an exercise I personally use myself to really help increase my squat. It is a great accessory lift, and of course, it's unilateral work, so it really helps improve that weak point, and of course, fixing that muscle imbalance. So you can use a dumbbell, that's my preference and what I recommend, but you could use a barbell. And basically, I set myself in like a goblet position. You wanna make sure you're far enough away from the bench to be able to sit back fully, but don't make yourself so far away that you fall on your butt. You want to put yourself in a position that's powerful, have one leg come off, and then you're really gonna sit down and fire yourself back up. Sit down, and look, again, my front knee is staying behind my front toe. And I'm coming up, guys, and you really gotta balance with this exercise. Sit down, you can let yourself restabilize if you need to focus more on the balance aspect, or you can go in and really just focus on tap and go. Tap and go. And then of course, guys, if whatever you're doing, if you're fixing that muscle imbalance, make sure you check out that other video to make sure you know how many reps and sets you should be doing and how much weight difference if you're trying to fix that imbalance. But like I said, if you're trying to improve that weak point and you just don't want to let a muscle fall behind, always do the other side as well, guys, because one side, we all have one dominant side. You still always want to train both sides. And same thing, down and up, down and up, and you're coming fully up, flexing the quad at the top of every rep. Now we're on to that third exercise, which is gonna be the alternating straight-legged deadlift. So we're focusing more on the hamstrings with this exercise, and again, it requires a ton of balance, so you gotta squeeze the core and stabilize. This is a great unilateral exercise, and I say alternating, but of course you can do one side at a time if you're really focusing on fixing that muscle imbalance, guys. So what you're gonna do, you have one leg a little in front of the other, and I just like starting out that way. It doesn't really matter if your legs are together, but I have a preference to starting this way to really just get that mind muscle connection that I'm gonna be bouncing on this foot, and I'm gonna have to squeeze and stabilize. So I'm coming down, keep that leg. The knee is not completely locked, guys. It is a little bent, but it's gonna be in a relatively straight positioning. Just don't lock your knee. You're coming down, guys, kicking that back leg up as high as possible, really bouncing, and then coming back. Now, you don't have to put the other foot on the ground, but if you have stability problems or you're something you're trying to work on, and this is a really tough exercise, rest it, but you don't have to. Between the reps, so coming down, and then back. Obviously, if you're not putting that foot down, it requires a ton more stability, but really try to focus on kicking that back leg up as you come down and getting that full stretch in the hamstring. And again, no matter what set, how many reps or sets you're doing, how much weight you're using, you still want to do the other side. So always focusing on kicking that back leg up, coming fully down, and then coming back, guys. It is not an easy exercise. You see most people do it 2 legs at a time because you take away that stability factor, but doing this unilaterally, it's gonna have a ton of benefits associated with the exercise. I definitely recommend you give it a try if you've never done it before. Now we're on to that 4th exercise, and we're gonna do the one-legged leading calf lift. So a calf focus, guys, part of the legs, you wanna make sure everything is built symmetrically. Now this is one of my favorite exercises to isolate one calf at a time. Now you could do just a one-legged calf extension, but I find this exercise requires a lot more stability and you can create a greater range of motion, which is why you see I have plates stacked up right here so I can get a fuller range of motion and really get that full stretch and that full squeeze in the calf. So what you're gonna be doing, guys, is set your foot on the end of the surface. If you're doing this on the ground, you still get the benefits. You'll just get more benefits with an elevated surface like this. You're gonna grab some surface in front of you where you're gonna be able to hold on, and then as you're holding on, you lean back. You see, I'm already a little wobbly. You gotta really stabilize, squeeze the core, and then as you come down, come as low as you can, and then you come as high as you can on one leg at a time. All the way down. If you can, tap that heel on the ground. Now this is a little high for me to be able to do it, but then I'm coming as high as I possibly can and really getting as much calf activation as possible, guys. So this is a great calf exercise. If you've never done it before, I definitely recommend you give it a try. That lean like this actually makes a huge difference. You see, it's hard to stabilize yourself, and that stability factor is going to place a lot more tension as you're really racing with that calf. So guys, definitely give this exercise a try, and let's go on to that 5th and final exercise of the video. On to that 5th and final exercise of the video, and it's gonna be the alternating lunge. So again, just like the 3rd exercise, you can do this alternating, or if you're focusing more on that muscular imbalance, one side at a time. Now you can use a barbell, a dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you have access to. Lunges are really convenient and pretty easy to do anywhere, guys. What you wanna do is set yourself up. So I want you to start with your feet even. Now you're going one side at a time forward. You can even do this in a reverse position or a side position. Just the lunge aspect, one side at a time. Now I want you to come out as far as you can. And look, my front knee is staying behind that front toe. That is very important when you do leg exercises, guys, to keep the knees safe. You're coming down. I like to tap my back knee on the ground. Some people don't like to tap the knee on the ground because they're worried about hitting the ground too hard. If you come down slow and controlled, I like to tap my knee and then I come back. Now if you're doing it alternating, obviously you would switch feet, do the same motion, or if you're doing one side at a time, you go out and then back and then do the same leg again. So if you aren't doing lunges, guys, they should be a staple in your program, and I highly recommend you put them in because there's a ton of benefits working in different directions like that using the lunge. So add it into your programming. So I hope you guys liked this video, and if so, make sure to smash that thumbs up button and click that notification bell next to subscribe, because I know you're already subscribed, so you never miss a new video upload from me. Guys, unilateral exercises are a great addition to your training programs if you don't already have them in. Even if you're not working on weak points or fixing a muscle imbalance, they're just great accessory lifts that can really translate over to your compounds. So I do suggest you start trying them out if you haven't already. Now guys, if you're looking for one-on-one training, I build custom workout plans and meal plans from scratch, tailored specifically to your goals and your needs, whatever your availability, whatever your accessibility is, I got you guys. That's over on my website, anabolicgains.com, so make sure you check that out. I will see you in the next video. Peace.